Christmas is a time of happiness, of great joy, of families all together, friends celebrating. And what makes people happy more than cake?
On this episode, Jean will be making Buche de Noel Yule Log.
The tradition of the Yule Log is that you would cut down the largest tree and hold that aside for Christmas Eve. So we're going to do our Buche de Noel a special way. We're doing 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cups of butter at room temperature. We're gonna go down the sides here to do one more quick mix. That's mixed. Now we're going to stir in our wet ingredient. Now we're gonna crack the eggs, not like most people do on the TV. What you want to do is you want to hit it against a hard surface. People crack it against the edge of the rim, and that will send yolk and egg flying, shells in your egg, the worst. If you hit a flat surface and pull it apart, much easier, no fuss, no muss. Start at a low speed and 3 eggs. Molasses, rather sticky. You can continue on the medium speed. Now a 1/2 cup of sour cream. It's really kind of sticky at this point. 2 cups all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon baking soda and 2 teaspoons baking powder. Add that and begin sifting. 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And let's sift all of that together and mix it up. Some of it will be a little bit rocky. Always start slow in adding your dry ingredients, increasing the speed as the powdery ingredients are absorbed into the liquid. Stop once and push down the side. Let's go one more time through, just to incorporate it all. 11 by 17 baking sheet, lined with parchment paper. Always butter and flour, or spray your parchment. I don't bake a lot. I tend to cook. Baking just has so much more precise requirements. If it says bake for 11 minutes, you bake it for 11 minutes. Now we are gonna get everything in this bowl because I see baking shows and they leave half of the batter in the bowl or whatever it is they're cooking. We're gonna use an offset spatula to spread this evenly. I am gonna do a little trick here. And hopefully we're not gonna stick to our spatula, but we're just going to be able to even out the batter in the pan. Good heavens, this is lovely. Get it in the corners. That always seems to be a little problem. Ba-boom. This cake is ready for the oven. In a 350-degree oven for 14 minutes. Not 15, not 13. And our cake is ready. Look at that. Now we have to let it cool while we make our filling and our frosting. You're gonna take 3 tablespoons of water and 1 1/2 teaspoons of plain gelatin. Swirl it around. Look at it, starts to stick together. It's pretty funny. Then you turn it over a little bit of heat and you let it melt. And you'll see there it goes. We're all liquid now. This takes a few minutes. You want to take it off of the heat to let it cool. On our mixer, you see that we have changed our attachment to our whipping attachment. 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. Heavy. See how heavy that is? We're going to start at a low speed. Now we're thickening. We're going to go ahead and start adding our sugar. 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Now we're going to add our maple syrup flavoring, and then we're going to crank up the mixer to high to get those peaks that we want to form. Our liquid gelatin. And there is whipped cream. Next, we're going to make our frosting. Buttercream frosting. What can be simpler? 4 cups of powdered sugar. Ooh, like Christmas snow. We can put our attachment down now. A stick of butter, which is a half cup. A teaspoon of vanilla and about 2 teaspoons of milk. Again, start slow. There's still loose sugar in there. One day I got a little excited and I guess I hit to our everywhere. It was like the Alps. You know what? I think I want a little more vanilla in there. I don't know what I was thinking saying 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna go with 2. Let's go vanilla mad. Add another tablespoon of milk. You don't want to add too much because then you have icing instead of frosting. Push down the sides. You'll always want to check the consistency. So I'm going with another 2 teaspoons of milk. Now that looks like frosting to me. Let's frost this cake. All right, let's take our cake from the parchment, pull off of our baking sheet. A few holes at the top of the cake, and it's going to help the milk go inside to make it easier for rolling. Now, just some light spritz. Maple whipped cream. Boom. Boom. We are going to have whipped cream left over. I'm going to promise you that right here. Do not use all of the whipped cream on the cake. You really sort of want just a layer, a thin layer. I'm going to put this here because I'm probably going to have to work fast. All right, pick up the edge and start rolling with the paper, with the parchment. Pull that back, roll a little more, pull that back. See, we've got some cracks there. Do not fret. Pull back. I'm going to pull that over, and we're going to bring that to rest. Oh boy, there's a lot of cracking going on, but do not worry. Got our parchment here. We're going to pull that out. Shimmy it over. Buttercream frosting. Offset spatula. Let's just spread a little more frosting here. And we can just up and back. And if you know, it is coming along. The thing about it, like I said, is that you're able to hide the problems with it. With the frosting. Now, if we were making just a plain jelly roll, yeah, we'd be in big trouble. Okay, now we've used up the frosting, whipped cream, and here's our cake. It's kind of what we wanted. It's mostly what we wanted. I am going to try it. I'm sure it tastes terrific. Maple whipped cream, vanilla buttercream. Oh. And this ginger cake, this is what Christmas tastes like. Merry Christmas, Buche Noel from Sunday Dinner.
If you like this episode of Sunday Dinner, subscribe to our channel. Look us up on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pictures and more at Jean Sunday Dinner.